Okay, let's talk about that frustration. When you've spent maybe 40 minutes, could be an hour, just trying to get the right words in a prompt.
Hmm.
You're tweaking, you're fixing, and the output, it's still not quite there. And you just get that sinking feeling, right? That maybe it would just been faster to write the darn thing yourself.
Oh, absolutely. That feeling is so common. And it really comes from uh, treating these AIs like some kind of magic black box. We're just guessing, throwing prompts at the wall.
Yeah, trial and error.
Exactly. And we're wasting so much potential doing that. So today, we're going to dive into four uh, really practical, reliable ways to work with AI. Techniques that kind of turn that guesswork into, well, predictable results.
Yeah.
Getting smarter about how we talk to the AI.
Right. So the mission today is really clear then. We want to help you move past that frustrating loop of back and forth, getting almost what you want.
Yeah, we're aiming to give you a toolkit, a set of structured methods.
Okay. And these steps should help optimize time, but also crucially improve the quality of what you're getting back from the AI.
Precisely. So the roadmap for this deep dive is super practical. First up, how to capture that perfect prompt, the one you need every single time.
Yeah.
Second, we'll look at how you can take one really good piece of content and multiply it, turn it into maybe 10 different things without losing that core quality.
That sounds incredibly useful. Then
Third, a neat trick for finding the weaknesses, the holes in your ideas, before someone else does, like your boss or a client.
ooh, preemptive critique. I like that.
Exactly. And finally, number 4, how to structure those big, complex projects so you don't just get back a giant, messy wall of text.
Which happens all the time. Okay, fantastic. Let's unpack this toolkit then. Where do we start?
We kick things off with what we're calling the work backwards trick. This one is really the antidote to all that prompt guesswork.
Okay, work backwards. I like the analogy you used earlier, finding a light switch in a dark room. Instead of just flailing around hoping to hit it,
Right.
you somehow turn the light on first, and then you ask the AI, hey, draw me a map straight to that switch for next time.
Precisely. You nailed it. You don't stress about crafting the perfect prompt right at the beginning. You actually generate it at the end based on the perfect output.
Ah, okay, so walk us through that. You mentioned 5 steps, using maybe an email example.
Yeah, let's use a common task. Writing a team email about a meeting. Step 1. Start super simple, just the basics. Write an email to my team about the Monday 9 a.m. meeting on the Blue Sky project.
Okay, and you get back that first draft, probably pretty robotic, right?
Usually, yeah. So step 2. You immediately give feedback. You look at it and say, okay, this is way too formal. Rewrite it, make the tone more friendly, maybe a bit excited. Oh, and add a quick joke about Monday mornings.
All right, so you're iterating, then step 3 is more refining.
Exactly. Keep tweaking. Maybe you say, actually make it much shorter. It needs to be readable in like under 30 seconds. And you know what? Ditch the joke. It didn't land. But do add a clear call to action, ask them to prep one idea, and boom, now the email is perfect, just how you want it.
Okay, so we have the perfect email after a few rounds of feedback. What's next? This is where the magic happens.
This is the magic step. Step 4.
Mm.
Instead of just copying that final perfect email and being done,
Right.
you immediately give the AI a new instruction. You say, okay, now look back at our entire conversation, analyze everything we just did, and write me one single prompt that would have produced this final email directly right from the start.
Whoa, okay. So you're asking the AI to reverse engineer its own process to give you the ideal input.
Precisely.
Yep.
And it does. It gives you that golden prompt,
Yeah.
which leads to step 5. Save that prompt, test it in a fresh chat to make sure it works, then stick it in your prompt toolbox, Notion, Google Doc, whatever, organized.
Okay, I see the value in having that golden prompt saved. But playing devil's advocate here, doesn't this whole process mean you're kind of writing the email twice? Isn't that more work up front?
It feels like it, but it's really investment. Think of the time saved on all future similar emails, but more importantly, it genuinely teaches you how to prompt better.
How so?
Because you see exactly which words made the difference. You see that asking for a friendly and excited tone worked better than just friendly, or specifying under 30 seconds read time was key. You learn the AI's nuances.
Ah, okay. So that upfront effort isn't just about this one email. It's about learning the specific descriptive language that gets results across the board.
Exactly. Seeing those patterns highlights the words that truly move the needle. You become a better prompter.
Got it. That makes sense. So once we've nailed getting that perfect prompt, what's the next challenge?
Well, that knowledge is crucial because the next big hurdle is something called prompt drift, especially when you want to repurpose content.
Ah, yes, prompt drift, where the AI kind of loses the plot over a long conversation, right? The context fades and the outputs get worse.
Precisely. It loses focus. And I'll admit, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes, especially if I rush things.
It happens.
It does. And that leads us neatly into our second trick, the content multiplier. This one tackles that common issue where you have this amazing piece of content, say, big report or a great blog post, and it just sits there.
Yeah, collecting digital dust.
Right. So we use the AI like a super fast assistant editor. We take that one high-quality piece and multiply it out into loads of different formats suitable for different platforms.
Okay, I love this idea. Taking a maybe 1,500-word article and spinning it into, what, LinkedIn posts, tweets, and email summary?
Exactly. 4 LinkedIn posts, 3 tweets, an internal memo, you name it. But the execution needs structure to avoid that drift.
Okay, how do we do it reliably?
3 steps. First, you paste the entire source material into the chat, the whole blog post, the whole report.
All of it.
Second, and this is key, you set the context. You give the AI a specific command. Reply only with the single word read once you have fully processed all of this text. Don't ask for anything else yet.
Ah, so you're making sure it's actually ingested everything before you give it the real task, like a confirmation step.
Exactly. It guarantees the model has the full context loaded. Only after it replies, read, do you move to step 3.
Which is asking for the different formats.
Right. Now you say, okay, based on the test you just read, write me 3 tweets. Focus on different tips. Use a casual but expert tone. Or draft a short email newsletter summary. Needs a catchy intro and a strong call to action based on the main findings.
Makes sense. But I guess the quality of the output still depends heavily on the input, right? The old garbage in, garbage out rule.
Absolutely critical.
Yeah.
This trick only works if you're multiplying your best stuff. High-quality source material is non-negotiable. You can't magically make a weak idea strong just by multiplying it.
Good reminder. And you mentioned a pro tip about the audience.
Yes. Always, always tell the AI who the new format is for. This fights prompt drift and improves relevance dramatically. Just asking for a summary is bad.
Too vague.
Way too vague. Asking, write a 3-bullet-point summary for my busy boss who only cares about the bottom-line business impact. It's good prompting. Specific audience, specific needs.
Okay, so that context setting with the read confirmation, does that really make a measurable difference? Or is it just, good practice?
It makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
It ensures the AI has fully processed your specific source material before it starts generating. So the outputs are grounded in your facts, not just its general knowledge base. It prevents hallucination and keeps things relevant.
Gotcha. So it guarantees the AI is working off the right playbook. Okay.
Great.
That brings us to trick number 3.
The other side trick. Now this might be the most valuable, I think, for high-stakes communication. Things like proposals, asking for a raise, pitching investors.
Okay, the other side. Sounds intriguing, like seeing things from another perspective.
Exactly. It's like having a really smart, maybe slightly cynical friend play devil's advocate for you.
Yeah.
You create your piece of content, your pitch, whatever it is,
Uh-huh.
and then you immediately flip the script. You make the AI act as your toughest critic. It stress tests your argument before you face the real deal.
Okay, let's use that raise request example. So I draft my email. I outline my achievements, why I deserve more money, all the good stuff.
Perfect. You've got your draft. Then, prompt number 2, right away.
What does that look like?
That's what the magic is. You say something like, okay, AI. Now, you are Jane, my manager. She's super busy. She has a really tight budget this quarter, and she's generally risk-averse. Read my email. What's your immediate gut reaction? Which specific sentence annoys you the most? And give me the top 3 reasons you'd probably say no right now.
Wow, okay. That's direct, but I can see the power. It forces you to see your own blind spots, doesn't it?
Totally. When we write something persuasive, we're naturally defending our position. We think it's great.
Of course.
But the audience, the boss, the client, the investor, they're often actively looking for reasons to say no or poke holes in it. This trick helps you find and fix those weaknesses first. You preempt the objections.
That's incredibly useful. Are there any specific tips for making this critique really effective?
Yes, 3 key things. First, as we just touched on,
Yeah.
be extremely specific about the persona you want the AI to adopt. Don't just say, be a critic.
Right. Be Jane, the busy, budget-conscious manager.
Or, you're a 50-year-old chief financial officer. You hate unnecessary risk. Your main concern is Q4 cost savings. The more detailed the persona, the better the critique.
Okay, specificity is number 1. What's 2?
Ask for a ranking. Don't just ask for weaknesses, ask for the top weaknesses. List the top 3 weakest points in my argument in order from most serious down to least serious.
Ah, that helps prioritize revisions. Smart.
It focuses your energy where it matters most. And the third pro tip, always close the loop.
Close the loop. How?
Don't just stop at identifying the flaws. Immediately follow up and ask the AI for help fixing them. Okay, based on the top 3 weaknesses you just pointed out, help me rewrite the specific sentences that are most problematic. Turn that critique directly into actionable improvement.
That makes perfect sense. Identify, rank, then fix with the AI's help. But quick question. If we make that persona too harsh, like that super skeptical CFO, is there a risk we overcorrect? Make the pitch too defensive or negative?
That's a fair point. You don't want to water down your core message completely. The goal is balanced preparation. By focusing on the ranked weaknesses, you address the most critical issues identified by that tough persona without necessarily overhauling everything. It's about strengthening, not undermining.
Right. Balanced prep, focusing on the biggest ranked weaknesses.
Got it. Okay, that leads us to the final trick in the toolkit.
Indeed. The blueprint trick. This one directly tackles that frustrating problem we mentioned earlier, asking for something complex and just getting back this huge, undifferentiated, often generic wall of text.
Ugh, the wall of text, yes. How does the blueprint help?
It forces the AI to think about structure first before generating the content. It's exactly like finalizing the detailed architectural blueprint for a house before you pour a single drop of concrete.
Okay, I see. If you spot a flaw in the blueprint, you fix it instantly. Drag a wall, change a room size. It's easy on paper or on the screen. But if you find a major structural flaw after the AI has already generated 10 pages of detailed interconnected text based on a bad structure.
You have to tear it all down. Hours wasted.
Exactly. Huge waste of time and effort. So the trick is to insert a specific blueprint request into your initial prompt.
How would that look? Say for that travel blog content plan example.
Instead of just saying, write me a content plan for my travel blog, you'd say something like, I need a detailed content plan for my travel blog. But first, outline the standard sections typically found in a professional content plan. For each section, just give me a 1-sentence description. Do not write the full content plan yet.
So you're explicitly telling it not to write the content, just the structure first.
Yeah, precisely. That's step 1. Step 2. You review that structural outline it provides. It might list things like audience analysis, content pillars, keyword strategy, editorial calendar, promotion plan.
Right, the standard components.
Then, step 3. You correct the course before the heavy lifting starts. You look at the blueprint and say, okay, wait, I already know my audience really well, so remove audience analysis. And I handle promotion separately, so remove promotion plan too. I only want you to focus on content pillars, keyword strategy, and the editorial calendar.
So you approve the specific sections you want included.
You approve the final blueprint, and then step 4, you tell the AI, okay, now generate the full content plan, but only based on these specific sections we just agreed on. The result is targeted, structured, and exactly what you need. No waste.
Wow. Okay, that's incredibly efficient. You can just imagine scaling that kind of structured planning across, I don't know, dozens of big, complex business reports or technical documents. That feels like real leverage.
It really is. True leverage.
So just to crystallize it, what's the main danger, the biggest risk, if you skip doing this blueprint step when you're tackling a really big multi-part project with an AI?
The biggest danger is wasted time and effort on a massive scale. You risk the AI generating pages and pages, maybe 10, 20 pages of detailed content based on a flawed or irrelevant structure. And then you're forced to scrap most of it and start over, rebuilding from the ground up.
Right, you waste hours generating irrelevant stuff that has to be torn down. Okay, blueprint first. Got it.
Okay, so let's recap the toolkit we have assembled here. It's pretty powerful when you put it all together.
Yeah, definitely. We've got the work backwards trick. That's for capturing those perfect prompts and learning the AI's language.
Then the content multiplier for taking your best stuff and scaling it efficiently across different formats.
Then the other side trick for stress testing your crucial ideas and finding weaknesses before anyone else does.
Then finally the blueprint trick, ensuring structured, logical output for complex projects, avoiding that dreaded wall of text.
It really feels like these build on each other.
They absolutely do. They stack together like Lego blocks of data, almost. Think about creating a full social media campaign plan, for instance. You could use all 4.
Okay, how would that work? Walk me through it.
All right. First, you'd use the blueprint trick, right? You'd force the AI to outline the essential sections of a good campaign plan: goals, target audience, key messages, content assets, schedule, metrics, before it writes a single word of the actual plan.
Okay, structure first. Makes sense.
Then, once you have a draft plan based on that approved blueprint, you immediately use the other side trick. You tell the AI, okay, now be a cynical follower of our brand. You hate feeling sold to. Read this campaign plan. What feels off? What sounds too salesy? What part of the schedule makes no sense?
Getting that critical audience perspective early. Nice.
Exactly. Once you've refined the plan based on that critique, then you bring in the content multiplier. You take the main campaign announcement post, maybe, and tell the AI, okay, turn this into 5 short Instagram story scripts, a longer email for our subscriber list, and bullet points for a short explainer video.
Multiplying the core message efficiently. Got it. And the last piece.
Finally, because that whole process, blueprint, critique, multiply, worked so well and gave you great results, you use the work backwards trick. You ask the AI, analyze this whole workflow, give me the optimized set of prompts that achieve this entire campaign plan and asset generation, and you save that sequence for the next campaign launch.
Wow. Okay, seeing it stacked like that really shows the power. Blueprint, then other side, then multiplier, then work backwards to save the whole workflow. That's a system.
It really is a system, and as you start using these, just remember the 2 big pitfalls we talked about.
Yeah.
Critical mistakes to avoid.
Right. Number one was being too vague when you use the other side critique, wasn't it?
Exactly. Don't just say be a critic. Be super specific about the persona, the role, the concerns, the biases you want the AI to embody.
Specificity and critique. And number two.
Forgetting to close the loop. Don't just find the weaknesses with the other side trick. Always take that next step. Ask the AI to actively help you rewrite and fix the specific sentences or sections it identified as flawed. Turn insight into action.
Identify, then immediately fix. Okay, so for listeners wanting to try this out, what's the best way to start? It feels like a lot to implement all at once.
Yeah, definitely don't try to master all 4 overnight. That's overwhelming. The best approach is to pick the one trick that addresses your biggest pain point right now.
Okay, tackle the biggest frustration first.
Exactly. If you find yourself constantly wasting time tweaking initial prompts, start with work backwards. Spend an hour really nailing that process for one type of task you do often.
Makes sense.
Or, if you have a really important presentation or proposal coming up, try the other side trick today. Stress test your arguments before you finalize them. Just pick one method, apply it to a real task this week, and just observe the difference it makes.
That focused approach feels much more manageable. Start with one, feel the benefit, then maybe add another later.
Precisely. And, ultimately, the real deep value here isn't just about getting slightly better output from the AI, although that's great.
What's the deeper value then?
By consciously using these methods, forcing the AI to reflect on its process, to critique from another perspective, to outline before creating this game, you're actually training yourself. You're building your own critical thinking muscles, your own strategic discipline. Demanding structure from the AI forces you to become a more structured thinker.
That's a really interesting final thought. We become better thinkers by demanding better thinking processes from the tools we use. I like that.
It's a powerful feedback loop.